Good morning, students. So today we are going to start our new chapter, that is how do organisms reproduce. So today I am going to explain you about these topics. What is the importance of reproduction, or what is in reproduction, what is the concept of reproduction, fundamentals of reproduction, variation, what is variation, and importance of variation, and last topic today we will discuss it as type of reproduction. So first we are starting with the introduction of reproduction. So what is reproduction? Why it takes place? So reproduction, it is a process by which living organisms reproduce new individuals of their own kind and maintenance of their existence generation for generation. Reproduction is the production of new species of the same kind, and definitely it is not so much essential for us. Reproduction is not so much essential processes of our life, such as digestion is very important process, excretion is a very important process, respiration is also very important process. Reproduction is not as much important process, but it is very essential for the continuation of the life on the earth, for maintenance of the existence of the earth, or you can say that definitely during the reproduction addition of new species will take place. The replacement of dead organism and addition of new species will take place in the process of reproduction. Next, transfer of variation from one generation to another generation. These all are the points which we can explain that how the reproduction is very essential for us or for the living organism. Primary, now we will study about reproduction at basic level, or you can say at cellular level. It is involved in making similar or dissimilar body design through the genetic material DNA present in the chromosome of its nucleus. That he explained you in class 9th also, that DNA are present in nucleus, and DNA transfers from one generation to another generation. So basically in DNA, or you can say the DNA consists of proteins, it carries the genetic materials, or you can say the genetic information from one generation to another generation. So next point we will study about the fundamentals of reproduction. That is basically the DNA is responsible in this the basic concept of reproduction. Okay students, now we will study about this fundamentals of reproduction. So fundamentals of reproduction, you see the offsprings are similar to that of their parents. Okay, so what is the concept behind it? Offspring means we are the similar to our parents. So why we are similar to our parents? What is the concept behind it? This is what the reproducing organism, that is parents, procreates new individual. So the individual produced are similar to each other and their parents. You see, our siblings are similar to us, okay, and we are similar to our parents. What is the cause of these all? Okay, the similarity occurs because of DNA. This kind of similarities, or you can say you are similar to as of your brother and sister, or you can say you are similar to as your parents. This is because of the DNA. DNA is what? Deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid, or you can say DNA, is present inside the nucleus of a cell. I explained you in class 9th also. Suppose this is cell and this is the nucleus of the cell, and inside the nucleus the genetic materials, that is called as DNA, is present inside. The DNA is a double helical structure. This type of structure is called as double helical structure. It consists genetic informations, and it transfers the genetic information from one generation to another generation. Okay. So before dividing, see here, if the DNA resides in the nucleus of the cell. So when the cell is in before the cell divides and form the daughter cell. So prior of division, the DNA is form of condensed form, or you can say the thread-like structure, that is chromosome, prior to division. After it divides, it will take the form of DNA. Prior of division, it is as like a thread-like structure, that is called as chromosome. That is also present in the nucleus of the cell. Okay, so see here, the DNA is present in the nucleus of the cell in the form of condensed structure called as chromosomes. Basic event in reproduction is the production of DNA copies in reproducing cell, and the process is called as DNA replication. So see students, what will happen? Suppose I am explaining it. Suppose this is a cell. Here I explained you the DNA is present. The double helical structure deoxyribonucleic acid DNA is present. It transfers the genetic information from one generation to another. See students, the DNA consists of the functional unit, or you can say the functional segments of DNA is called as genes. Here the functional segments of DNA are present. So you can see the functional segment of DNA is called genes. DNA also makes protein and performs very essential mechanism, or you see, or perform very essential processes in our body. So the functional unit of DNA is called as genes. Now see, suppose this is a cell, and inside the nucleus of a cell this DNA is present. Now when the cell divides, the DNA will replicate itself. Replication means replica. Replica means to make the identical copies of itself. See, when the cell is going to divide, it make identical copies or make replica of itself. No, this is called as DNA replication. And now see, now the cell when the cell divides into the daughter cell, in each cell this DNA get distributed. So here, this is how the genetic information, or you can say the genetic information or genetic material get transfers from one generation to another generation. You have to see, this is a very important point. This DNA is having some variation in it. That's why we are similar to our parents. See, suppose we are similar to our parents. I am similar to my brother or sister. I am similar to as my parents. I am similar to my mother, or somehow I am looking like my father. I am looking like my brother. But I am not identical copy of my brother or sister. No, that is clone. That is another thing. If we are making the pure total identical copies, then that is another thing. We are similar. We are having some variations there. We are having some differences over there. That is also due to the DNA, because because the human beings carried out the sexual reproduction. So definitely both characters will transmit. The paternal characters will also transmit. The maternal characteristics will also transmit. So this in the higher classes you will study about these. When the sexual after the sexual reproduction, when the cells divide, when the DNA replicates, the genes recombine itself. Genetic recombination takes place. That's why we are similar to our parents, but we are not identical to them. Now you just see like this only. When the cell divides into the two new cells, gets a copy of each DNA along with the whole cellular apparatus. Complete accuracy in DNA leads to the exactly identical cell, but any error, or you can say any differences, in duplication, any error, or you can write here, or any differences in duplication can lead to dissimilar cells, or you can say the variation. Next topic, or you can say the variation. Next we will study about variation. Clear? When DNA replicates, it will produce identical copies of itself, and if some error or some differences is there in this transformation of DNA, that cause variation in characteristics. Variation is very essential for the life processes. Now we will see the next topic, variation. See the variation, as I explained you now only, the variation DNA copying accompanied by the creation of additional cellular apparatus. When the cell divides, the DNA replicates, and after division the DNA replicates itself, and this is how the transmission of genetic characters or heredity characters takes place. Afterwards, the cell divides effectively, producing two new cells. It causes some or other types of variation in newly formed cells. This brings the differences found in the morphological and physiological features of an organism. As I explained you now, since no biochemical reaction is absolutely reliable, that is how we are similar to as our parents and siblings, but we are not identical to them, because DNA copies generated are similar, but they are not identical, because they are having few variations. And this is how the variations brings out the differences in the morphological and physiological characters. And variation is very much important in our life. So how the variation is important? Just I explain you with an example. See, we all living organisms are living in a proper niche, or you can say NICHE. It's written in your book, the word niche. Niche means the similar places where we all living organisms used to live. Basically, we are having the organism of a particular, or you can say the basic body design. Like we all are human beings, we all are living in a particular niche. Aquatic animals, they are having their specific types of body design. Aquated to the aquatic life, they are particularly living in the aquatic habitat. So wherever we are living, we are having that type of body design. So we all living organisms occupy our living places, or that we can called as niche. And in our niche, we used to reproduce. Aquatic lives reproduce in aquatic organism reproduce in water, desert, xerophytic animals. Xerophytes grow in the deserts. So these are the proper niches where we used to live in and reproduce there only. So now I am just explaining how the variation is important for the survival of an organism in their particular niches. Suppose, see students, these are this is a niche of aquatic organism. In the aquatic organism, all the aquatic organisms are living, or you can say, I am explaining with an example. So many bacteria or so many aquatic organisms are living there. Few bacteria of that aquatic niche are having the variation. Rest of all are having the common features. And few are having the variations, or you can say they are different from the other organisms. They are carrying the variants. Okay. And in that time, due to some global warming, the temperature of the water rises. And now when the temperature of the water rises, these all bacteria are not resistant to that hot climate or hot temperature of the water. So these all bacteria will get die. Only this resistant bacteria can survive with that aquatic in that hot aquatic water temperature. Okay. So because these bacteria are resistant to the hot temperature, they can survive in hot water. So that this is the way the variation is very beneficial for the survival of the species. So if the global warming is there, if you are having the variation among all peoples, you can survive in the extreme climatic conditions. But this is question, is the variation occurs only in a single organism? Is it beneficial, or it should be in a population? So the answer is, it should be in a population. If the variants should be in a population, then only they can reproduce, they can continue their life process. No, if a single organism is variant here, it only a single organism can live in the extreme climatic condition. Only a single organism can't do anything, no. So a group of population, if they are variant, or you can say if they are having the variation to the specific things, they can survive in the extreme climatic conditions. So this is how the importance of variation it enables organisms to survive in the extreme climatic conditions. See, the variation during reproduction enables the population of a species to get adapted easily to a particular inhabiting place or niche. Stronger variation are useful for the survival of species over time. They are the stronger variants. They can survive in the extreme condition. They survived. Rest of all died. Now, enable the organisms to tide over drastic alternation in their habitat. Obviously, we are living in a habitat. Anything can occur. So, variation enables us to enables us to cope up with the extreme environmental conditions. Next, we will study about the types of reproduction. So students, till we covered these topics, the introduction of reproduction, fundamentals of reproduction, variation, importance and variation. Now we are going to the last topic, types of reproduction. There are basically two types of reproduction, sexual mode of reproduction and asexual mode of reproduction. Today I will explain you about the difference between asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So first we will see the features, number of parents involved. So in asexual reproduction, only a single parent is involved. A single individual is responsible for the reproduction. In sexual reproduction, two parents are involved. Male and female, two parents are involved, male gamete and female gamete. Gametes are nothing but these are the germ cells or sex cells. So two gametes are present, male and female. So two parents are responsible for the sexual reproduction. Resemblance with parents, they are resemble to their parents or not? So organisms produced resemble exactly with the parents. Definitely during the asexual reproduction, parents is single, so the offspring produced is identically is that of their parents. They are as same as their parents because the parent is only single. Here organisms do not resemble exactly with their parents, but resemble in certain features from both the parents. As I said you, we are similar to our parents, we are similar to our siblings, we are not identical to them. Okay. Next, the type of cell division. In asexual reproduction, amitotic and mitotic, and in sexual reproduction, mitotic and meiotic, both are present. Next is time duration for multiplication. How much time is required for the process of reproduction? This takes asexual reproduction takes very less time, whereas sexual reproduction takes more time. Next, variation. Variation, as I explained you, differences. Variations are absent. Definitely same parents, same features, as identical to as that of their parents. But here the variations are present. Next, adaptability. Adaptability means they can survive, they can adapt to the climatic condition or or you can say the adverse climatic condition, or they can't, or they do not adapt. Okay, so the organisms produced have less adaptability. Here the asexual reproduction, definitely the variation is in asexual reproduction is very less, and if variation is less, then definitely their adaptability will also get less, and the organisms produced have more adaptability. Why more adaptability? Because the variation is also more. In sexual reproduction, the variation is automatically more because the different parents are there. Here the single parents is there, variation is less, adaptability is less. Organisms produced have more adaptability. Last examples you can see. Variations are absent and variations are present. All points we discussed. Now we will see the examples. Asexual reproduction, fusion, budding, vegetative reproduction, and here the sexual reproduction, human beings, and you can see in the higher plants. Okay, students, so in the next class we will discuss one by one. We will discuss each and every type of asexual reproduction. So thank you for today.